start, Daniel. Thank you.
Okay.
So joining us is Daniel Lacalle, chief economist at the Chess's hedge fund, also the author of Escape from the Central Bank Trap. Daniel, is it purely credit creation or money printing that's driving down the price of the euro versus the dollar?
A number of factors. On the one hand, you have a very dovish ECB, and every time that there's a new meeting of the European Central Bank, many investors are thinking that they're going to become more hawkish or follow what the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, etc., are doing, and they're actually significantly behind. So that obviously makes investors sell euros and buy pounds or dollars. The second is that with the Ukraine invasion and with at least the risk of a recession in a number of countries in Europe, the trade surplus of the Eurozone has shrinked dramatically. Therefore, demand for euros globally is falling. And these two elements, which mean more supply of euros and lower demand, lead investors to be more cautious about the value of the euro relative to the US dollar and other reserve currencies.
How big a problem is this for the European economy?
It is a very important problem. The ECB and a number of economists in Europe tend to believe that a weak euro is a good thing because there should be more exports. No, but it's a complete fallacy because the reality of the Eurozone is that it has always strengthened its exports thanks to value-added goods, not because of the debasement of the currency. So why is it bad for the Eurozone to have a weak euro? First, inflationary pressures are stronger for the countries that import commodities from food to energy commodities. Second, because the purchasing power of real wages is diminishing. So the ability of European citizens to save and to get along with the current situation is quite difficult. So it's working quite negatively in any environment. And there is absolutely no evidence that a weak euro would boost exports, none at all.
Why doesn't the ECB seem more worried? Are individual countries in Europe benefiting perhaps from their debt being inflated away?
Well, the first thing is that the disparity on the level of inflation between European countries is quite significant. If you look, for example, at Spain, it has an inflation level of about 9.8%. If you look at Portugal or France, it is around 5%, which is high, but not intolerable. If you look at Germany, it is very elevated at about 7.6%. Therefore, the first problem is that countries are suffering inflationary pressures in very different ways. So that leads to a disjointed response from the different governors of central banks when they meet to decide on their policy. The second is that the employment level in the European Union and in the Eurozone is significantly behind the levels of recovery that we have seen in the United States or in the UK. There is still a significant number of furloughed jobs. There is still a very elevated level of unemployment despite the reduction that we have seen in recent months. But the ECB may believe that hiking rates too fast or reducing the asset purchases could hinder the recovery in employment for many of these economies. So it's a catch-22 situation. Inflation is eating away the recovery, and at the same time, the ECB is allegedly prudent, I would say timid, in its policy because they fear that it could derail the recovery in employment.
I think catch-22 is the way to sum it up. Daniel Lacalle, Chess's hedge fund. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave your comments below, and keep defending freedom. Thank you very much.